Hey guys, we're back with another Tekkit tutorial. This time we're going to be focusing on Buildcraft.
So before that, we'll talk about a little bit of things from Industrial Craft. This is the emerald pickaxe, which is made from the gems we showed you before. One thing we mentioned, but it's wrong, is that it mined obsidian. However, it doesn't, and sorry for that.
Yeah, it doesn't actually mine obsidian. You're going to need regular diamond pickaxes for that. But we still don't suggest making them because you're going to need 11 diamonds for what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's something really cool. You'll definitely want to get your hands on this because it'll make you even more diamonds.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get lucky and get a lot more diamonds.
Yep, so some more gem tools, showing you how to make them. Right now we're gonna show you an alternate form of rubber.
Yeah, so this is the kind of rubber you get from rubber wood. So if you cut down a rubber tree, or if you cut them down from, well, where I got them was a jungle. So you can find huge rubber trees.
Yeah, they have kind of like a pinkish bark.
Yeah, but they don't have any sap, so you actually need to get the wood from them to get the rubber.
Yeah. So once you extract it and you get rubber, it is a bit slow, so you might want to have a couple extractors.
Yeah, something good to note is you don't really want to make a gem axe, because with the certain mod that we're using, that's in the TekkitPack, you won't be able to do something with it. So we'll show you that in a sec.
Yeah, so right into Buildcraft. Buildcraft is a pretty big mod, and it works really well with the other mods, and it helps you out so much.
Its main use is sort of automating the gathering and transporting of resources.
Yep. So this right here is the tree mod we're talking about. If you take out the bottom one with an axe, it will drop down the whole tree.
Yeah, so you'll be able to get lots more wood out of this.
However, you can't use the gem axes.
Yeah, that's why we said don't use gem axes when you're making the gem tools.
And also punching it will not work.
Yeah, you punch the tree, it's not going to come down.
This also doesn't work with the massive rubber trees we just talked about.
Yeah.
So right behind your lair there's a volcano, which is a really good source of lava and basalt if you like to look.
Yeah, so basalt can be used in bricks if you melt it down. So it'll be used like normal stone bricks. And you'll see the lava. We'll be able to use it for something much better in the next video.
Yep. So right now we spotted a desert, which is really good in terms of finding oil, which is one of the main source powers for Buildcraft.
Yeah, so oil's a black liquid, and you'll find it in pools or geysers. Geysers are sort of shooting straight up in the air.
And geysers are a lot better because they'll have kind of like a deposit underneath, which is a lot more oil than a pool.
Yeah, so we're farming some cacti here because you're going to need some cactus for pipe waterproofing. You'll see in a little bit.
Yep. So definitely oil is extremely important. It is not too common, but the best place to find it is desert for sure.
Yeah, so as you can see, you cook down your cactus into the normal cactus green color, and then you're going to want to put it in your crafting table to make pipe waterproof.
Yeah, so pipes are a really big deal in Industrial Craft because they will actually automate transporting stuff.
Yeah, so you make a pipe with a basic recipe here. You have glass in between the two resources that you want to use to make them.
There's several recipes, but they don't vary very much. For example, the wooden one is an output pipe, which you use to take resources out of a machine or a chest.
Yeah, so if you want to take something out of a chest and move it somewhere, you're going to use a wooden pipe, and you're going to power it with a redstone engine, which you'll see in a little bit.
And the transporting pipes are the cobblestone and smooth stone ones. They act the same way, only that the smooth stone is slightly faster.
Yeah, so they transport items. They're sort of the middle portion of it.
There's an alternate version that can transport liquids. However, that one will not be able to transport the solids.
Yeah, so liquid pipes, or sorry, waterproof pipes won't be able to transport regular items, and you can't transport two different types of liquids at the same time.
Yeah. So to waterproof it, you just put the waterproof string over top, and you'll have waterproof pipes.
Yeah, and so waterproof pipes can transport oil and water and lava and fuel, which you'll see in a little bit.
There's more pipes. However, we only covered these three right now because they're the most basic ones.
Yeah, so there's obsidian and diamond and such, but we won't see them just yet.
So this right here is gears. Gears are used to make machines in Buildcraft.
Yeah, they don't have much uses like for the real game other than just to create machines.
Yeah. So to upgrade it, you just add on to the basic one, which is wood. So you just put cobblestone around it to make a stone gear.
Yeah, so there are wood, stone, iron, gold,
Yep.
and diamond, I
Yeah.
believe, types.
Yeah. They don't have any special ability. Just that some machines require the wood one, some require the gold one.
Yeah, so it's just basically like you put more resources into it. They don't really have much of a use.
The diamond ones are really expensive. So right now we're making a piston to start a redstone engine. Engines power pipes and other machines in Buildcraft. The redstone one is you only uses redstone, so you don't need any fuel or anything. So right here's the recipe.
Yeah, so here's the recipe for a redstone engine. They're the most basic kind of engines, and they never overheat. You can use them for transporting things, so you could put them next to a wood pipe to extract things from a chest, for instance.
Yeah. Other than that, it can't really power more powerful machines like a mining wall.
Yeah, you can't power any machines with a redstone engine.
Right now we're making some gears to make a mining wall.
Yeah, and we're also making a iron pickaxe. A good note is that you can't have used the iron pickaxe in the recipe, or else it won't work.
Yeah. So the mining wall digs straight down, so it's slightly more inefficient than other machines which will dig an area.
Yeah, so they just dig straight down. They're not particularly useful. We're
Yeah.
going to be using them for something called a pump. Sorry.
However, they do gather the resources it mines. So if you put hook up a pipe to it, it will send the resources through the pipe. If there's no pipe, it'll just shoot it in the air.
Yeah, so they're not the most useful things, but you can have them, if you want to get some cobblestone or whatever.
They will stop mining if you run into lava or bedrock.
Yeah. So this is actually a tank. Tanks hold liquids, and you need a tank to make a pump.
Yep.
So it's a tank on top of your mining well.
A pump basically will suck out liquids from a pool, like oil from an oil pool or water from a water pool.
And it doesn't actually need to be directly touching a source. It can be touching any part of the pool, and it'll pull the closest source to it.
As long as it's over top the liquid, it will suck it out.
Yeah.
So right here's oil. This is what it looks like. This one is a pool. The geyser one is kind of like shooting up into the air.
Yeah. So oil fuels the most strong, I guess, engine
Yep.
in Buildcraft, called a combustion engine, which you'll see pretty quickly.
So oil is basically will last longer than coal, and it's a really good power source. However, it can be refined into fuel, which is even better and lasts a lot more.
Yeah, it's something good to note is where we put our redstone engine, we actually kind of failed with it. We don't need to put the redstone engine there. We'll show you in a sec which kind of engine you can put there, because redstone engines don't actually power any machines.
Yeah. The tank you place, and if it's hooked up to a pipe, it will lead the oil into it. Once it's there, you can either pump it out with another pump, or you can do it manually with a bucket.
Yeah, so you can actually use redstone engines to pump them out of a tank, but you can't use them to actually pump it out of the ground.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, it's not working. It doesn't work.
Yeah. So right now we're making another piston for a steam engine, which is more powerful.
Yeah. So steam engines are the second strongest type of engine in Buildcraft. They work off of coal.
Yeah, they require coal and a redstone pulse.
Yeah, so you can, you have to hook up a redstone lever or something to it, and you have to power it with coal.
Yeah, these ones do overheat, so make sure they don't explode, because when they explode, they could take the quarry with it.
Yeah, so here's the steam engine. You'll see it'll start to overheat when it'll turn orange or even red. Then you might need to just turn it off for a little bit and cool it down.
If it's blue, it's okay. If it's green, it's starting to get a bit bad. Orange will only run for a few more seconds, and red means that it will explode in a bit.
Yeah, so once it's orange, you might want to sort of start to turn it off then.
Yeah. So right here we're just pumping the oil into the tank.
Yep, it's good to know that the top pipe on top of the pump is actually a wooden pipe, so that's how you can see what kind of usage you might have, just to pull things out.
Yeah. One other note on the steam engine is that it heats only if the amount of power it's put into it is not used.
Yeah, so if it's not fully being used, then it'll start to overheat. But if you're actually doing stuff with the power, if you're actually using all of the power up, then it won't overheat.
Yeah, so this right here is a quarry, which is, in my opinion, the best machine in Minecraft. It will do the same thing as a mining pump, except it will choose a large area, which you can. It has a default one of a 9 by 9, or you can set it um, to a bigger area.
Yeah, so here's the default set area for a quarry.
So it needs to be powered with. It can be powered with some steam engines, but the best one to use is the combustion one if you have the oil.
Yeah, so you'll see here in a sec, we're actually going to pump the oil into the engine that's going to be working for the quarry.
Yeah. The quarry, as well takes up as it takes the area, it will gather the resources and put in. It's a good way of mining.
Yeah, so here we're going to use a redstone engine to put the oil from the pump, and we're going to bring it to the combustion engine.
Yeah. So these are the weakest of them all. They need only the redstone pulse, and they will not overheat.
Yeah, they'll never overheat, which is a good thing because you're just going to be keeping the pump on when you need it.
They're good for sending items out of a tank or chest or furnace or whatever you have stored.
Yeah, so if you had a regular transport pipe and not a liquid one, you could bring, items out of a chest and do different things with them.
Like the ores you mined from the quarry.
Exactly, yeah.
So right now we're gonna hook up a combustion engine.
Actually, this is a steam engine,
Oh yeah.
but we can't use it right now because actually steam engines do work on these, but they're so slow that we didn't sort of bother with it. So we're going to show you a combustion engine in a few seconds.
Yeah.
So these pipes that we're hooking up now are actually transport pipes. They're not liquid pipes. So we're going to put a chest down at the bottom there, and that way all the items that come out of the quarry will go into the chest.
Yep. With more advanced pipes, you can filter them out. Actually.
Yeah, you can sort them, and we'll show you that in the next advanced tutorial.
So this right here is the combustion engine. It is pretty expensive.
Yeah, it takes quite a bit of iron. It's definitely the most useful engine in the game.
Yeah. It only uses oil or fuel.
Yeah, and we'll show you how to get fuel in a little bit. You just have to refine oil in something called a refinery, but we'll show you that in a little bit.
So yeah, it works the same way as your engines. It needs a redstone pulse as well.
But something you also need to keep in mind is the way you cool it. Now, you actually can cool these things with something, water.
So yeah, the left one is used to store the oil in it. You can see how it's filling up, and the right one is for water.
Yeah, so we'll show you in a sec how you can get sort of an infinite supply of water that you can pump into the combustion engine to keep it cooled all the time.
Yeah. So the damn it, I don't know what to say.
As you can see, the quarry is sort of building itself. It's starting to work.
So this right here is the infinite water pool, and it will start putting this one way to put water in with buckets, which takes a lot of time, and you need to actually be on it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to finish the steam engine we're going to be using for the pump. But I'm just doing it the noob way, and I'm just kind of filling it up with buckets.
Once the quarry is powered, it will build the orange thing around it, and once it's fully built, it will start digging out with that diamond tip.
Yeah, so you can see at the end there, it's just starting to pull up resources, and they're going around into the chest.
So right now we're making the cooling system, which is just a pump, a steam pump pumping water the same way that oil is pumped in.
Yeah, so except you want to pump this water directly into your combustion engine. So here's my pump. That's an infinite water supply because it's got it's got the 2x2 cut out, and it's actually 2x2x1. You can't have it any deeper than that, or it won't work.
So yeah, make sure that it's cooled so it doesn't blow up.
Yeah, and there's actually, right now, we haven't showed you a way to cool steam engines. There really isn't a good way to cool them. We'll show you a better system for
Yeah.
doing this in a
You
little.
can use the combustion engine to pump the water to then um, cool the other one, and it will cool itself as well. But it's you don't want to be using oil for it.
Yeah, we don't want to waste the oil just yet. We'll show you a more efficient resource called fuel, which is made from oil, and we'll use that then. But as you can see, we're pumping the water into our combustion engine.
So yeah, this is the final result, and our car will start gathering stuff.
Yeah, so thanks a lot.
We'll have a video soon to make up for time where we didn't have a video for a while.
Yeah, so just comment, rate, subscribe. Tell us what you need. You know, if you need any help with a specific thing, we can tell you.
And definitely let us know how we're doing.
Yeah, so thanks very much.